Hello people, good to be with you again today. It's just stunning here, isn't it? Look at this beautiful sea behind me. We spoke yesterday about the fact of the beautiful inclusivity of the wonder of God's love for mankind, that God so loved the world, all of us exactly the same. Remember in the reading just prior to the one about the temple, Jesus cursed the fig tree because the fig tree was a hypocrite. God has no time for attitudes of gross hypocrisy. And so the disciples are now walking along the road and they see the fig tree that Jesus had condemned the day before. And let me read to you here. Verse 20 of chapter 11. In the morning as they went along, they saw a fig tree withered from the roots. Peter remembered and said to Jesus, Rabbi, look, the fig tree you cursed has withered. Have faith in God, Jesus answered. I tell you the truth. If anyone says to this mountain, go throw yourself into the sea, and does not doubt in his heart, but believes that God, what he has says will happen, it will be done to him. Therefore I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours. A couple of good lessons over here that we read. It talks about having faith, but I want you to be specific about understanding the object of our faith. Our faith is not faith in faith, you know that. Our faith is not faith in rah, we're going to do this and we're going to psych ourselves up and we're going to be men and women of faith. That's never going to cut it. Our faith is not in a rah, faith in faith thing. Our faith is not in man. Our faith is not in another human being. Our faith is not in our own strengths, but according to the passage, our faith is in God. And God is the one who makes it all happen. And then God says, when you have faith in Him, when you have faith in God, then you can say to this mountain, be moved. And it will tell you that the mountain will be moved. Now, I want you to try and help you to understand what this mountain is. God is not trying to rearrange the geography of the planet by using your faith, not at all. A mountain is simply in your life anything that stands in the way of the will of God being fulfilled and the purpose of God being fulfilled in your life. So a bad attitude is standing in the way of the will of God being fulfilled in your life. Tell that mountain, get out of here, be in the sea, I will have victory over you. The issues of the mountains of fear and greed and self-centeredness, those are the mountains that God says, I want them removed, and by faith in me, you can remove them. There are so many other issues of what faith can be used for in order to remove these mountains. So won't you take a moment today and think about the mountains that maybe stand in the way of you fulfilling the will of God for your life. Maybe you need to say, man, that's against the will of God, that I should think that, do that, or be that. And I will declare faith in God to remove that mountain so that I can achieve the purpose of God for my life. This is a time of good introspection for you. This is a time for you to look at your own life, maybe even critically evaluating the things that you blame for not being the Christian that you should be. Those are the mountains. And Jesus is telling you today that you have access to God Himself and faith in God, not faith in you or your ability to rah yourself up, but faith in God will move that mountain. It's about prayer. It's about trusting God. It's about doing what God has called you to do with the backing of faith in a God who cannot fail. Faith in a God who has a perfect track record of fulfilling that which He has promised to do. So today, people, let's enjoy our faith in God to move the mountains that so often stand in the way of the will of God for your life or you fulfilling God's purpose. I hope that makes kind of sense to you today. I love this thought. You're going to have a good faith-filled day today. And remember, our faith is in God and in God alone. Have a good day, people. Bye.